and rock.
Ooh yeah. Well, alright, we're jamming. I wanna jam it with you. We're jamming, jamming, and I hope you like jamming.
Hello folks, welcome to another of Yardie's recipe tutorial. Yeah, Yardie's kitchen. Today we are making a very traditional Jamaican dish. As usual, you know, my methods may be a little bit tweaked, but it's still, we are planning to do a good dish. All right, today we're making Cowfoot, brown stew Cowfoot, Jamaican style. Oh my lord, it's gonna be so nice, so good, so delicious, so tasty. You got to stick around for this recipe. Let us start by showing you a list of ingredients. Now guys, please don't come for me. I don't normally do a written recipe, you know, just follow carefully, and I'll try to be as distinct as possible with my method, with my procedure, and with the ingredients. All right, so stay tuned. We're coming up right now with the list of ingredients for this awesome dish. First we have here, babes, about how much Cowfoot this? About 3 pound. About 3 pound of Cowfoot, guys, and this is the regular one. Most Jamaican stores have, our West Indian store may have a burnt one, right? And they swear by the burnt one that it have more flavor. But burnt one costs money, regular one costs less money. We work with the regular one. We should be able to infuse this with some strong flavor. On top of that, ladies and gentlemen, I have right here a bag of skin. This is burnt cow skin. Alright, so I'm gonna add this to my Cowfoot. So it's Cowfoot with cow skin, but you know, this is just a bag of burnt cow skin, right? So I'm gonna add that right there, so that I'm gonna add to it. But first, we're gonna wash off this Cowfoot with some vinegar, right? So add some regular cane vinegar here. Let's throw some in it and turn on the water. And rinse him off. Make sure that you rinse him off clean. You understand? And I'm gonna do the same thing to the cow skin. The reason why I'm doing it separate is because, you know, I want to make sure that when we add the cow skin to the Cowfoot, it's clean. Everything is clean. No debris, no nothing. You understand? No ashes or no trashes or no nothing. So I'm gonna wash this, you know, just clean it up, and then we get back to the rest of the recipe, the rest of the ingredients and the list and everything.
Alright guys, so as far as the seasonings, we have Moore's Marinade. If you've never used this, guys, this is a game changer with seasoning meats. Awesome. And then we have Lauren's seasoned salt. Yes, this is going to be our salt agent. We have garlic powder as usual. We have some onion powder. Of course, we have our pimento seeds, our allspice berries, and then we also have fish and meat seasoning and pimento seeds. And we have our fresh juice, so the fresh seasonings already. We have onion, onion, thyme, scallion, garlic, and ginger. You can use regular white onion if you have that.
On the burnt cow skin. It does carry a little bit of flavor. You know, like when you're in a country, it have a Jamaican traditional flavor. You know, like when you roast meat. You know, so guys, this is what I add to the Cowfoot. So guys, me just wash the Cowfoot. And now we just add in them skins there and rinse off my hand. Now we're gonna start adding in our seasoning and start to allow this to marinate. Alright?
Alright guys, so now he's cutting up the ingredients, the fresh seasonings to be added to the Cowfoot.
So we have our ingredients, fresh vegetables cut up there, our seasonings, and then we're gonna start on marinating the cow foot, all right, with the skins. So the first thing I'm gonna add is some cooking oil. Guys, when you're marinating, you have to add cooking oil. Not much, not like full, but cooking oil helps the seasoning to, you know, as it were, go inside of the meat, you know. So I add something now, powder. This is onion powder. All right. Then we're adding some garlic powder. Always, you know, because we like garlic a lot. So we add garlic powder. And garlic powder is just basically the toasted garlic in powdered form.
So is that 1 teaspoon or 1
tablespoon?
tablespoon?
1 teaspoon. We're adding some Larry's seasoned salt. I'm not add too much of that because I'm going to use some oyster mushroom to get the salt content. And guys, we're not using browning, all right? We're not using browning. This is Moore's marinade, and if you do any type of meat, you know, Moore's is good. You want to use this. You want to use this, especially because cow foot are bone. You want to go down in the bone, and you know, this does a lot. Trust me, guys. Very, very good. Very, very good. Moore's marinade. They not pay me, but I recommend it. You understand? Marinade and sauce. Trust me, this one is good. All right. Over here we have some fish and meat sauce. Yeah. I will add a little fish and meat sauce. All right. Nice. And we have allspice berry, but may also buck up this. This is pimento sauce or pimento seasoning. So I'm going to add a little to it. Let me smell it. It smells like pimento, like crushed pimento. So I'm going to add some of that to it.
Okay.
You know. And that's pretty much, let me throw in some of the pimento. I'm throwing some whole clove too, you know, because I like whole clove. About 11, 12 I try to eat now. Throw in. Like whole clove. But the big thing is this, guys. I'm using a very thick...
This browning.
Yeah, in lieu of the browning. If I can't open it, let me say I can't open it, it'll give me trouble. Alright, it'll come. Got it. Got it. Alright. Alright, so it's thick, guys. This is soya sauce. This is not browning. Alright, but it's thick. It's mushroom soya sauce. Alright, so it can be used instead of the browning. I'm going to clean up the bottle head. Alright, so I'm going to stir that up. And then we see what else we're going to add to it. This awesome dish.
Yes. I cannot wait.
Well, it looks like you like the foods already.
But I like these kind of gummy meats.
This is not what you want to say, and this is a family show. What kind of gummy meat you look? Guys, you just want to nice it up. See that? Come on. If you want a little bit more soya sauce, you add it. If not, you leave it out. I usually like to make the cooking process brown up the meat the right way. You know? So this is good right here. It smells good already. You understand? I put some black pepper. So yes, guys, please don't come for me, all right? Because I'm gonna say something, and not many Jamaicans want to hear this, but it's the truth. All right. So cow foot is generally bone and leather. All right. So when you're marinating cow foot, you have to fight to get the flavors inside of the meat. All you see here happening is just flavoring on the outside of a piece of leather. All right, so the cooking process is really and truly what makes this change. You cannot marinate this long enough for it to, you know, be, as it were, extra flavorful. It just not going there because of leather. Yeah. The bone some might seep into the bone, but again, the bone is so dense that you can, and like bone like where you can bite up and, you know. So the whole idea of doing all of this, guys, is so that when you put the meat in the pot, all of these ingredients sort of fight its way into the pot. And pressure cooking your Cowfoot is also a good idea, because when you pressurize the meat, all the flavors is pushed into the meat. It's infused. It's the pressure cooker cause an infusion. Otherwise, you're gonna have to boil it for years just for it to soften up, and also for the flavors to come in. So please, guys, don't stress yourself on adding, marinating the Cowfoot, because it really and truly, it's very difficult for it to make a difference. All right, so these are just what we do because of our custom, but it's not really as effective as we may think. All right, so please don't come for me. It's the truth, me I'm telling you. All right, so now I have some stuff for me to add, and all of this is again for flavor when it a cook. All right, ginger, thyme, whole heap of thyme, garlic. I put some scallion. I not put all of the scallion, because the scallion, them something that go in after the pressurizing guan. That's when you get the best use of them. I may have some garlic left back too. Yeah. I may put some onion. Most of these things only affect the gravy really and truly. That nice rich gravy. Yeah, but all right. So this looks very nice, and again with the cooking oil added, some amount of seeping in is gonna happen. Something is gonna happen. We're gonna put this down for another, say 20 minutes, 30 minutes. You can put this down all overnight. No matter. Trust me. All right.
Some Jamaicans feel like if you don't season the thing overnight, then it can't taste good.
No, sir. I mean, not with Cowfoot. Cowfoot are the sauce and the gravy and that type of thing carry Cowfoot. It's not like you can bite in a Cowfoot bone to know if it's seasoned to the bone.
And the fact that it cooks so long too, it gives it more than enough opportunity for the different seasonings that you add along the way to
do its thing. And again, when you're actually biting into the cow meat itself, you're not really biting nothing, You're just biting collagen, because it's just a gummy, So guys, all right, so enough of the scientific thing. We could cook the food. We're going to make it marinate, and then we'll come back after about 20 to 30 minutes. So now we're going to pretty much just sear off our meat, so that it's been like maybe 30 minutes that we have had our meat marinating. And now we're just going to sear it off just to get some color on the meat and start to prep it for the pressure cooker. When you do this, you are, as it were, building the flavors. You want to get it that nice and toasty vibe, that burnt vibe, So you just want to add your meat to a little oil. And this is what we just did. I just add some cooking oil to my Dutch pot. And I'm using a blended oil, which is extra virgin olive oil with vegetable oil. All right, so just some vegetable oil and some extra virgin olive oil. All right, and you can start putting your Cowfoot. Yeah, man. And this is it's like where we call it in Jamaica, we call it browning the meat. Yeah, brown your meat right now. And the butcher, you can make them cut. When you go to buy your Cowfoot, if you want, you can make the butcher them cut your Cowfoot a little bit thinner. Cause them butcher you go all out with them thick Cowfoot here. Don't be it. Cowfoot them tick so till. Alright. So this is a searing or braising. The last time I did Cowfoot, I braised the meat in the oven, roasted the meat in the oven before I pressure cooked it. But this time, I'm doing it in my trusty Dutch pot. I just want this for about 10 minutes or so, or thereabouts. Just until you get it nice and flavory. So, once you get all of the Cowfoot in, The next thing you're gonna work on is getting in your cow, the skin. Yeah, the cow skin. Let's add that to it. See that? With all that marinated liquid. Yeah. This is gonna form your first level of flavor for this awesome Cowfoot. Yeah. I'm gonna turn up this, make it just nice up the place. Keep your flame up. It soon start doing its thing. All right, don't worry about it. Just leave it right there, make it start to burn. So let's see what happens now. Whoa. See what's going on in our braising pan. Can mute the TV for me, babes? Look at that, guys. Look at that. See that? That is the real beauty right there. This is what you want to do to start your cooking process. You want to braise it, and you see all of that juice there at the bottom is vital. Alright, you don't have to make it burn. You just want it just start tightening up on the skin. Yeah? So the color is looking beautiful already. So me have one and I do this. Let me see if I can rest my camera down a little bit. Yeah. Alright, see what's going on here. Start smell good already, you know, guys. Alright. I'm just going to add some of the, just a little water. Just a little water to start to develop some flavor. You don't want this, all of those stuff on the bottom of the pot to start to burn. You don't want that. So. Alright, once this go down, cook down again, we're ready now for putting out pressure cooker. Alright? How you look though?
Right. That look like it ready.
Crave me that.
Nah, look ready.
Yeah man, next step it I got in the pressure cooker. Look the man. Nice.
Come to mama.
So guys, we're using the NuWave Electronic Pressure Cooker. It's my first time using this type of technology, but I think it's a very good one because they give you preset buttons for certain food items, and it has an inline pot, and it's just good for you to just use it in that way. You can open it, and it has a locking mechanism that's also somewhat foolproof. You know, it has a grill on the inside for you to grill if you're doing like a pot roast, for instance. You know, so all in all, we're gonna test this one out, and hopefully it turns out perfectly.
All right, guys. So the time has passed, and we're now transferring it from the Dutchie to the pressure cooker caddy.
One name caddy.
Pressure cooker pot. Yeah. We look so good already. I'm not even gonna lie.
Not even gonna
care. For real. Ooh la la.
Can you move? Let me do the job.
Oh, papa. All loaded in the pressure cooker. And we're adding a generous amount of water.
You want enough water to just go on the top of it.
Yep.
Well, that is good. So it has been about maybe 45 minutes, and we are just taking our Cowfoot off the heat. This is an amazing part because, guys, we did not hear that normal pressure cooker sound, you know, that whistling sound, you know, or hair escaping sound. We did not hear that at all. And I also noticed the next thing is that you get a little bit of extra liquid in your pot when you're pressure cooking using these ones, because I don't know if the steam goes back in the pot or what, but there's a little bit more liquid in there than I anticipated. All in all, the meat is soft and everything is good. And guys, if it's not to your fork tenderness, you can just simply put it on for a little bit. But this is absolutely great. All right. So now the next thing that I'm gonna do is transfer my meat back to my braising pot, my Dutch pot, and I'm gonna finish it up because I just used the pressure cooker. You can finish everything in the pressure cooker, but I know so we stay. So this is the braising pot, and guys, all I did was cover it after I finished braising, you know, browning the stuff. So now I can simply add back the stuff. It's not that I had to go and wash over back the pot because it's the same Cowfoot that is in it. As you can see, we have a ton more of liquid than was anticipated, but all I'm gonna do is just let this, you know, cook down. And I don't mind the gravy because the gravy have a whole heap of different applications. And then I'm gonna start to season it up, add some more of my onion, scallion, garlic, add the buttered beans, and, you know, keep doing it, build it up, and get it to that consistency where we are 100% comfortable with it. All right. See, the wife is adding some extract, some more thyme leaf, and as I said, we're just gonna keep adding more of our finishing touches to it. And guys, I can't find broad bean. I look all over, couldn't find no broad bean. I look high and low, still couldn't find no broad bean. So we're using buttered beans, all right? So I do hope that the butter beans, and the butter beans is simply small broad beans, all right? So this is what's happening right now. We're just gonna, as I said, finish it up and then present you with the finished plate. And I do know that you're gonna love it. Trust me on that one. So guys, you see the color is changing. It is reducing a little bit more. And to be honest with you, we're having, as it were, a lot more, you know, liquid. The liquid is a lot more than before. And so because of that, we want to really and truly just keep it, make it boil a little bit. But be careful that you don't lose the oxtail off the bone and end up with a lot of empty bones, all right? And so guys, I added another butter bean because the butter bean is too small, you know, so it's 2 cans of butterbean to this one. And guys, we're just about to lock it off now and present you the finished plate. And again, guys, we did this live on our YouTube channel, on our dinner live platform on a Tuesday evening, but this is the finished plate here, and it was absolutely crazy to die for. Remember to like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Yardie Belly TV is doing it just like this. The part 2, the live presentation, is up on the YouTube channel already, so you can click on that one to see the part 2 of our this live video. Until then, we're coming back with more bangers, more recipes, Jamaican food, all different types of food. And we do hope you will stick and stay. And don't go anywhere. Yardie Belly TV is en route to 100,000 subscribers. And we want to take you on that journey with us. All right, this is our Jamaican style brown stew, cowfoot and butter bean. And as usual, remember, live and laugh, cook, and make sure say you eat. All right, Yardie Belly TV says so. Remember, guys, always subscribe and tell a friend about Yardie Belly TV, and just keep on bigging up yourself. Manners and respect.